Airshow Sports with Darious Deactive Harris, 154-pound professional boxer fighting out of Southern California, Rialto to be exact. Darius, what's good, brother?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. There's so much to talk about in the sport today.
Most definitely.
Well, man, I saw your social media. You're doing a lot of big things, man. A lot of things for the community. I saw that you were speaking in front of a lot of youngsters. Can you kind of give us the lowdown on that, man?
Well, I'm not sure if you heard, but it went national for sure. I don't know if it went international, but it was all over the news. A kid named Diego got killed in Moreno Valley from being bullied. He got hit in the head. You know, everybody's head. Everybody's not fighters. Everybody's not made to get hit in the head. He ended up getting bullied at school and getting jumped at school in middle school in Moreno Valley. He ended up dying from it. So it was a bully awareness event, and the guy that was doing the event, he wanted me to come up to the event and speak with the kids, and I most definitely had to be a part of something like that to raise the awareness on bullies, where that doesn't keep happening to kids, because that's pretty sad. Nobody wants to have to worry when they drop their child off at school.
Yeah, man. I saw you telling the kids, if you aren't telling anybody, like that's not good. Let somebody know. And the way that you said it to them was very relatable because you said, I remember when I was young, I didn't want to tell my mom, my teachers, my parents. I wouldn't say nothing. And that was a perfect message, man, because there are kids out there that they hold it in, man, and sometimes that's exactly what they need is they just need to vent to somebody and make things better. So
Most
deactive.
definitely, and not feel embarrassed during it. That was my whole point of speaking that, because I don't want them to feel embarrassed and feel like they're alone with that. I want them to know that it's happened to even guys like me too. I'm a fighter now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how like you're in a masculine sport, a sport where you got to be a dog, and you're taking a step back and enlightening the youngsters about something that's very important as a fighter, man. That's a big thing, man.
Most definitely. Like, as a fighter, you got to be able to turn it off and to turn it on. And I look up to Deontay a lot, Deontay Wilder, and he's able to do that. Like after his last fight, you see before the fight, he's a whole different guy. He's turned on, he's ready to fight. He goes in there, he knocks King Kong out. After the fight, he's at the food court eating, taking pictures with fans. He could have been at the club. He had so many offers to go to so many different clubs that just to show up. He'd rather go to a regular food court at the MGM Grand and eat with regular people, eat at regular restaurants and take pictures with the fans. That was love right there. So that shows me if he can be humble and he's knocking everybody out, then why can't I?
Hey, man, Deontay's a true champion, so that's a perfect model to kind of, you know, model your game after, model your personality and your communal impact, man. That's sick. So I commend you for that, deactive. So deactive, since you say that you look up to Deontay Wilder a lot, we saw you backstage, man. You were backstage in his locker room post fight. What was that experience like? And then talk about this reaction to Ortiz getting knocked out in the seventh.
I was also backstage in the first Ortiz fight, so that was actually wasn't my first time, but it was amazing, bro. Like all his team, they treat me like family, and it was just a surreal feeling, and it was just I just felt blessed that he allowed me to be back there with him and celebrate after such a big moment. And like Deontay was telling me, he was so surprised when he knocked him out. He said he knew he was going to knock him out, but it still like excites him to go back and look at it and see it. And it was crazy because right before I did that video, Deontay had to go test. They didn't waste no time. As soon as he got back there, they made him strip down and they sent him to go test immediately.
Yeah, that's what's up. And Deontay Wilder. We all know Deontay is outspoken about being a clean fighter, and that's
So
very
definitely.
rare in this age of boxing. We see what's going on with all these sketchy situations when it comes to performance enhancing drugs in the sport. Deontay Wilder epitomizes a true champion because he's clean and also because he's a people's champ who follows the rules and, speaks his mind.
Yeah, most definitely. He speaks his mind, and he's a clean fighter. That's another reason why I look up to him. He's a very, 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 very hard worker. Me and Deontay have similar stories. Like, as you know, I don't know if everybody know, but I'm gonna put it out to the world more. I work a full-time job, and Deontay did the same thing. At the beginning of his career, like his coach told me, Coach Diaz, that he used to drive a beer truck, and he used to park the truck in front of the gym, and he'd fall asleep and wait for the gym to open. He used to really be on his NSG, which is my motto, which is never stop grinding. And now he's a world champion. So, yeah, like, everything that he does for me is really admirable, and I look up to him a lot. He's a clean athlete. He believes in himself, his self-belief. Like, he's really a great guy, man. He really is. And it's a blessing to have, like, somebody I can call Deontay on the phone right now if I need some, like, advice about anything. It don't even have to be just boxing. It could be outside of boxing. And I feel like it's a blessing to have a mentor like that.
That's what's up, man. Destructive puncher. The most destructive in boxing history.
Ever. It's never been somebody put you out with just one shot, bro. I'm talking about just one shot. I'm not talking about throw a combination. I'm talking about he could be down 6-0 and come back and put your lights out with one shot. It's crazy, bro.
But
it's crazy.
There's too many people out there who look at how he lacks technique and stuff, and they don't take his specialty for what it is. I was
talking to him about that. Sorry to cut you off, but I was talking to him about that right after the fight. He does have skill. If you look, he set that punch up.
Yeah, he did.
He was walking to the left,
yeah.
away from the left hand, because that's a southpaw. He's walking to the left, and he was parrying the jab, and he faked the jab, and he threw the right hand, and he put his lights out. And the way he throws the right hand, the way he throws it and he twists his whole body into it, that's a technique. A lot of fighters do not do that.
Yeah, they can't do that because they don't have the torque that Deontay has.
Exactly.
And I don't know about you, Deactive, but Wilder he's just getting better too. Like it's so quick now. Like the power and the quickness and the speed on it. The way he knocked out Brazil was like a bomb, like it just, oh my goodness.
And he knows when he does it because he walks off like nothing happened. Like he just walk. The way he walk away be so cold.
Bro, when Ortiz got put down on his back, he looked like a swatted bug or something. Because Deontay just separated him from his senses.
He looked like he just woke up and he just seen somebody in his house or something. Like he just woke up to bed. Like, what are you doing here? Like, where he was at.
So, Deontay's greatness speaks, and it transcends anybody who challenges him right now. I mean, Fury's the only person who's in the conversation right now. Ruiz still has more to prove, but if he can pull it off against Joshua, he's in the discussion for sure.
Let me say this about the Fury fight. A lot of people don't know Deontay went into that fight fresh off an injury, and Fury had just had 2 back-to-back fights. It wasn't everybody say, "Oh, he's coming off this 2-year layoff." Negative. He was coming fresh off a 2-year layoff. Deontay would have been the first fight. He had 2 tune-up fights before that fight. Deontay hadn't fought since March, since the Ortiz fight. Then he jumped in and fought Fury. Fury had 2 warm-ups in between that. I hate that everybody keeps saying, "Oh, he came off a 2-year layoff." But no, buddy. He fought 2 other guys before that layoff.
He did fight 2 other guys, and it's interesting.
Now, this fight, Deontay just had 2 fights.
And so Fury did have 2 fights, too, and he got hurt in a fight when he wasn't supposed to get touched.
Yeah, he got a deep cut, too. He got a deep cut. He had to, if I'm not mistaken, plastic surgery on that cut. It was pretty deep.
So you got that fight, and that's a fight that needs to be resolved. And the way boxing works, man, who's going to beat Deontay Wilder? Fury's probably the only one who has a legitimate chance. I think Ruiz gives him stylistic matchup problems, but it's all a matter of if Ruiz can take the power. Nobody's ever been able to take it. I want to see that fight. I think Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder is hands down the biggest fight in the sport of boxing today. If he beats Joshua,
Latino fans, they come out and support.
And I guarantee you, Deactive, they will believe that Ruiz could beat Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, they're gonna believe it, but they're gonna be in for a shock if that's what they really believe. Cause I believe in Deontay. Deontay believes in Deontay. Everybody around Deontay believes in Deontay, and I feel like Ruiz is tailor made for Deontay, bro. He's gonna come straight forward and walk right into that right hand. Just my opinion.
You could be right, but I will say this: Ruiz has been talking for a long time before even being relevant. I remember him saying things like he knows how to fight Deontay. He's got to fight Deontay low. You got to stand up tall with Deontay. You got to fight him low. You got to throw to the body. You got to constantly be
That
moving
was
your
Ruiz's
head.
game plan. That Ortiz did that his last fight, and he got knocked out.
I think Ruiz has more dimensions than uh, Ortiz as far as head movement and like swaying off the center line. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying he
I
won't get caught.
had to
I'm not
disagree with
saying
that one.
Ruiz won't get caught, but I think that it's a fucking dangerous fight. I was gonna say that fucking deactive. Let's go. Woo!
I mean, all opponents are dangerous, but it just when it comes to Deontay, bro, I just feel like that right hand is like a cheat code. Like you type in the cheat code and just knock somebody out. Like once he hits you with that right hand, everything changes.
I
But I like
agree.
Ruiz. Ruiz is from Southern California. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Ruiz, but when it comes to Deontay, I got Deontay over any fighter, bro.
Dude, Deontay, um, he's the best heavyweight in boxing right now, hands down. He's the
Yeah, I
most
agree with you.
destructive puncher in boxing history.
That's why we need Ruiz to beat Joshua again, so we can get that big unification. Because like I was saying, bro, if Joshua's some type of little beast for Ruiz, we'll never see a unification because Joshua's gonna keep running like he's been doing for over the years. And
Well,
what's it called? Ruiz is with Heyman. Deontay is with Heyman. Easy fight to get made. No problems.
do you think
No
that fight? Do
injuries.
you think that
Nothing.
fight gets made quickly if Ruiz wins, or do you think?
Fast. Fast. It'll be they be their next fight. Like, well, Deontay still got Tyson. But if Ruiz wins, don't be surprised if the Tyson fight might not even happen. They might go straight for Ruiz because I don't even know if Tyson's gonna go through with that fight. He's been doing WWE and all type of stuff. I hope he does, but I just don't know, bro.
Yeah. So there's a lot of questions
I
right
don't know
now.
how his confidence is after that last fight, and he almost got knocked out by that guy from wherever he's from.
I mean, we're gonna see what happens with Ruiz and Joshua on December 7th. That's gonna like change the pendulum or whatever they call it. Like we're gonna really like everything's gonna kind of be aligned for what really is gonna
Yeah,
happen and go down.
we gonna see what's gonna happen. How the heavyweight it's gonna change the trajectory. There we go. There's a
There you
word
go.
for it.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm trying to think of a word. I know you was looking for a different one, but we're on the same page.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been talking for a cool few minutes on Deontay. There was a other couple topics that I had thought about. We talked Ruiz. I just want to get your take because I'm actually gonna do a video on Dillian White's situation and point out the fact that what Dillian White and Eddie Hearn are getting away with right now is tragic.
Then somebody get hurt or killed, then what?
Well, that's the thing. Eddie Hearn has no morality or accountability to the integrity of the game and keeping it clean and making sure everybody's on a fair playing field when it comes to this dangerous sport that is boxing. I mean, guys are getting their heads bashed in, and if there's no ped testing or if there's cover up of ped testing, you're not doing your part and you're an enemy to what's right in the sport. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. 100%.
So
I
that's
agree
what
with
I'm
you
gonna talk.
100%.
That's what I'm gonna talk about deactive in this next video on Dillian White. And it's crazy how some of the things that they wrote about in the 1950s are still
Mhm.
going on till this day. Till this
Yeah,
day.
to this day.
Appreciate talking to my dude Darius Deactive Harris. Shout out your social media, brother.
Yo, bro, you can follow me on Instagram at deactive, DACTIVE_NSG. And NSG stands for Never Stop Grinding, Always Working. That's my slogan. That's my brand. That's my clothing line. And you can get gear at www.nsglifestyle.com. And I also want to let everybody know that I'm a self-managed, unsigned fighter. I'm undefeated, and I'm doing my thing. NSG.